Hello and welcome. In this guide, we'll walk through every part of Log My Trade. Let's start by creating an account. Once you're inside, you'll see an empty dashboard. The first things you need to do are create a trading account, add your strategies, and then you're ready to begin. What does it mean to create a trading account? Go to Trading Accounts and create a new one. Let's say we call it Crypto Broker, operating on Binance Market Crypto. You can choose between Forex, stock market, or futures. If you pick crypto, you can immediately set your entry and exit fees. For example, these are my fees on Bybit, and on Binance they should be similar. You can also set a maximum risk per trade. What does that mean? For this account, how much am I willing to lose at most on a single trade? Let's say $10. So this account has a max loss of $10 per trade. Save. And now our crypto account is ready. Let's create another account. For example, a futures account with a broker like Apex Prop Firm. Choose the market futures and set the max risk per trade. Let's say $200. Save. Now you'll see a new button appear on futures accounts. Manage symbols. What does this mean? You need to insert the symbols you trade the most. For example, symbol, tick size, tick value, fee per contract, currency, USD. Add the symbol. We can also add NQ, which is the NASDAQ. Tick size is 0.01, value is around 5, and fee per tick size is 1.87. Add. You can also mark a symbol as favorite. What does that do? When inserting a trade, one of your favorite symbols will already be selected, so you don't have to scroll through a long list. It makes the workflow much faster. Close this and let's create a Forex account. Set the max risk per trade, for example, $100. For Forex, because there are so many different fee structures. Some people use different fees for entry and exit. Others combine fixed fees with spread. It would become overly complicated. So, how does the Forex account work? You simply enter the gain you made and the fees separately. It keeps everything much simpler. Finally, let's also create an account for stocks. Let's create a stocks account. Let's say the broker is IB, market, stock market. Maximum risk per trade. Let's set $100 here as well. Save. You can also see the little star icon here. Which account do you trade the most? For example, crypto. I've added this account to my favorites. We'll see what that means in just a moment. If you go back to the dashboard, you'll notice it has already changed. Let's also add your strategies. For example, what strategy names do you use? What patterns do you enter on? Let's say breakout, or maybe strategy 1, or pin bar. Here are our 3 strategies. You can add as many as you want. Now we're ready to insert our first trade. Let's open the form. The dashboard is empty for now, just like the other pages, because we haven't added any trades yet. So let's add our first one. Go to Insert Your Trade. You can also click the little plus button at the top, and you'll see that the crypto account is already pre-selected. Remember, in trading accounts, you can choose which account should be pre-selected. Back to Insert Your Trade. Reload if needed. We leave crypto selected and start adding our trade. Insert your trade. Now we have our trading account pre-selected. If you forgot to choose one, you can still add an account by clicking the plus icon here. Was this trade long or short? The date field shows the current date and time because the journal works like this. You take a trade and then you record it immediately. Why? Because the journal needs your personal inputs. to understand how you manage the trade. So you close your trade, open the journal, and the date is already there. If you took a trade yesterday and forgot to log it, no problem. You can choose a past date by clicking the calendar. It's a bit faint right now. I'll make it clear. But just click here. Now, choose the symbol you traded. For example, Bitcoin. Remember earlier we set a max risk limit? How much am I willing to lose at most for this account? $10. So let's say on this trade I lost $4. Quantity. Let's say I bought half a Bitcoin. Entry price, 100,000. Exit price, 101,000. Fees use the default values you set earlier, but if this specific trade had higher or lower fees, you can edit them by clicking the little pencil icon here. Once I've entered the fees and the quantity, I can already see all my calculated data. With these fees, I paid $77 in costs. I had a 1% gain. This is my net profit, and this is my profit before fees. Now let's grade the entry. Let's say I made an excellent entry and a good exit. My efficiency score updates automatically. Efficiency is my custom metric used to evaluate how good the entry was. Let's say everything went well. Strategy, breakout, and it gets saved. Now, screenshots. Screenshots are the most important part of this trading journal because only through screenshots can you truly understand your mistakes. Open Trading View, press Windows plus Shift plus S to take your screenshot. Go back, click Insert Trade, and paste the screenshot with Control plus V. Let's say we also want a screenshot from another time frame. Again, Windows plus Shift plus S. Take the screenshot. Paste it below. You can add multiple screenshots. I usually add several depending on the time frame. By clicking the star, you can choose the cover image. We'll see what that's for in a moment. Clicking the X deletes the screenshot. Let's choose this one as the cover. Here, you can add a note. Save the trade. Trade saved. Now you'll find the newly saved trade in Trade History, where you can see the general data. And also in the Trade Gallery, the most important part of the journal. Here, you'll see the image, the top trade banner if applicable, and some quick stats. There's a fast recap here. You can choose which account to view. You can choose the time range. And for pro accounts, there are a number of powerful filters. All long trades, all short trades, trades with notes, high efficiency trades, low efficiency trades, and more. You can filter by strategy and even by risk score. Speaking of risk score, let's insert another trade to show you something else. Insert trade. Let's say we're trading Bitcoin again. I bought half a Bitcoin. The account's risk limit is $10, but we risked $15. What does this mean? The trade went against us. I didn't close when I should have. It went $15 against me. So I violated my risk rule. I broke one of my own rules. So I bought half a Bitcoin at 100,000 and sold it at 101,000. But let's say it was a short. In that case, I'll see the gain or loss percentage. Here, minus 1%. The total loss, and the loss including fees. Let's grade the entry. Terrible entry, terrible exit. Efficiency drops to 0. You can move it slightly higher, but if the entry was bad in both phases, the efficiency will stay low. When efficiency drops below a certain threshold, the system unlocks the option to select the type of error you made. This is crucial because you need to understand immediately, while it's still fresh, what mistake you made. So, what kind of error was it? Maybe I was distracted. Maybe I didn't follow my plan. Maybe I entered too early or too late. Maybe I was over trading. Maybe I was in FOMO, and so on. What emotion drove this trade? Was I anxious? Was I in FOMO? Was I euphoric? Was I angry? And then you can add a note. Strategy. Let's say it was breakout or strategy one, or maybe no plan, meaning you traded outside your plan. Now let's take the screenshots, just like before. Again, Windows plus Shift plus S. Take the screenshot and paste it here. You can also upload from your computer if you prefer saving your files locally. I personally use Control plus C and Control plus V. Super fast. Let's add a note and save the trade. If we now go to the trade gallery, you'll see two banners, low efficiency and risk bracket. This is fundamental because at a glance, you can immediately see where you had problems. And when you're reviewing your trades, you can understand exactly what happened. There's another detail. Each day when you insert your first trade, a small badge appears next to the Today page. What is it for? It creates a page that describes your day, how you were feeling today. Today, I was tired. Today, I really wanted to trade. How did you work? I followed my plan. I respected my limits. Let's just say, I respected my size and my limits. You can add a note. Here, you see the trades you made today with some quick stats. Save. You'll see. Daily journal saved. If I go to the journal page, I can see my record for the day. Now, let me switch to my official account to show you more. This is my personal account. As you can see, the dashboard is now populated with quick stats. Here's my equity, my daily P&L, and my distribution of gains. A moment ago, we were in the journal. Here you can see several completed days. Here's my trade gallery. And at a glance, you can instantly see, among tons of screenshots, where you traded poorly and dive in to understand what you did. You can read your data, keep notes, and navigate back through previous pages. A populated trade gallery is extremely useful. For example, let's filter all trades with terrible efficiency. Here they are. I can open them one by one. I can also filter trades where I managed risk poorly, or filter by strategy. These are my breakouts. Here's another. So we've seen insert your trade, your strategies, your trading accounts, today, the journal. In the journal, you can click and see what happened that day and all trades from that day. It's truly a day-by-day diary of your trading. Trade gallery, we saw it. Trade history, we saw it. This page is one I don't personally use much, but it's there. Performance will soon become a page full of charts and data. For now, it has the basic ones, but I'll add many, many more. Calendar view, where, again, at a glance, you can immediately see where you traded well and where you traded poorly. Then, we go to weekly review, a page that is absolutely essential for my weekly analysis. Every Saturday morning, I love sitting at the computer and reviewing all the trades I made and looking at how the week went. The current week I'm working on is week 49. Last week was week 48, and you can see there are badges here too. For example, this was a week where I took a lot of risk. This one was a week where I traded well, but ended with a low P&L. By clicking Show Trades, I can see all the trades I made during that week, and I can understand all my mistakes. This page is incredibly important to me. Then we have Strategies Analytics, where I can see how my strategies are actually performing. The Errors page. Remember when we inserted a trade with low efficiency? I had the option to log the errors. All saved errors appear here. In the mistakes journal, I can filter by account, and I can use deeper filters. For example, maybe I'm always in FOMO when I'm trading near the highs, and that's where I tend to make mistakes, so I can fix my trading in those situations. Then, there's mistakes deep analysis, an in-depth breakdown of all my errors. This page will become incredibly valuable once you have a large number of trades in your trading journal. Here, there's a guide. Here you can send me an email to share your feedback. In subscription, you'll see all your subscriptions. And for now, that's everything. In account, you can change your password or delete your account. That's all. Goodbye.